I've realized that my tendency to lie has had a significant impact on my personal life. I'm not naturally charismatic, and I've never been particularly adept at attracting women. Many of my friends who are more socially adept have had more success in relationships than I have. It seems that women are drawn to men who are financially secure and have a high income. My name is Bryce and I married Naomi 23 years ago. Our first child only took 6 months to deliver, but the others were standard at 9 months. My oldest, Denise, is in college. Her brother Daniel is a sophomore at Cross State University. Mickey is the youngest and she's off to a private college in the fall. Naomi and I met at a business conference. She was handing out registration materials and I was witty enough to catch her attention at lunch. What sets Naomi apart from the other two is that she has a full scholarship. The main thing is that she's quite overweight, but she doesn't seem to care and flirts like she's a skinny little girl. What she looks like has never mattered to me. We fell in love based on shared beliefs and desires. Naomi works but only gets half of mine. She's an enigma. She's very smart and good at her job. She doesn't wear makeup or watch her weight. I don't pry, but I saw her health report and it showed 240. That's not great for 5 feet 4 inches. I learned early on to never bring up diet and face paint. We have fights, but I can't say it ever affected our lives for more than a day or two. There's nothing exciting about this life. Once or twice a week, we have sex. I never wanted to know if Naomi had love fantasies, and she was never interested in mine. I guess I'm old-fashioned. I think they're risky. I was first enlightened by my daughter Mickey, who's a senior in high school. Daddy, you're so dumb. I almost wish the milkman was my father. Did Mom have lip gloss on when she left for work this morning? How would I know? Does she ever wear makeup? Not that I know of. So, you think she sweats lip gloss? Glossy lipstick seems to appear out of nowhere. What's your point? Do you think she puts it on for you? My stomach churned. I was waiting for you to do something. Walk around and see if you smell perfume. I walked by intending to fill my glass, and of course I smelled perfume. I turned back to Mickey. Not for me, I thought. Maybe there's still hope. It's been going on for months. When did she start wearing blouses that show off her cleavage? I think if you check her credit card receipts, you'll find a lot of new clothes. If it were me, I'd get my finances in order. I kissed Mickey on the forehead and headed for my office. As predicted, Naomi's boutique purchases had gone from zero to over $200 in the last 3 months. I called a guy I used to play golf with on the weekends. His brother's a divorce lawyer. I've been working hard to pay for my kids' education. If I can put them to work without paying off student loans, their chances of making their dreams come true will be much higher. So, my personal wealth isn't even 6. If Denise wants to go to grad school, it'll cost her a month's salary. Denise, my college graduate, is very serious about Richard Denton, the son of the president of the company I work for. They met at a company picnic and grew up together, attending the same high school and then college. They became close, and now Richard is a year older than Denise and works as her father's assistant. Denise is a little flustered that the marriage talk isn't moving as fast as she had hoped, considering how much the wedding costs are going to be a bit of a shock to the system. Daniel thinks he's Romeo, but I've not seen him with the same girl twice. Mickey doesn't like boys, but I've not had to deal with the constant parade of hormonal boys that most dads dread. I should thank someone for that. I was really worried about Naomi when Mickey pointed out the change in her. It seems like people's ideas of a happy life are changing. The lawyer convinced me to draw up 3 forms: a separation agreement, an antenuptial agreement, and a petition for divorce. He said we should find the right time and give Naomi a choice. The purpose of the separation agreement was to freeze assets at that time. His suggestion was to move what we could into individual accounts. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Mickey had gone somewhere after dinner, so Naomi and I went to the living room to watch TV. I'd saved up a little, so I was thinking about getting some Botox injections and liposuction. I found myself thinking about those words. What am I supposed to think? Is she doing this for me? Wait a minute. I went into my office and pulled out 3 forms I signed and dated all 3. Here, Naomi. This is for you. After a few glances, what I think it's pretty obvious that the first one is a separation agreement, the second is a postnuptial agreement, and the third is a petition for divorce. I've already divided the savings account. I'll be back this time tomorrow if you don't sign the separation agreement and the postnuptial agreement. I'll file a legal divorce petition if you don't sign. I want to spend some money. You're crazy if you think I want a divorce or separation. Who's the guy you're doing all this for? I'm doing this for you and for me. You had 23 years to do this for me. 3 months ago, you weren't even doing it for yourself. What's his name? That's nonsense. There is no other man. Are you romantically involved with a woman? No. Then it's a man. What's his name? There is no other man. Do you remember what you were wearing when we went to lunch last Sunday? Not exactly. Did you wear lipstick and perfume? No. But you come home from work every day with lip gloss and perfume, even though you leave the house without it. I'm going to give you until tomorrow to give me his name, or I'll cancel the separation agreement and file for divorce. I couldn't hold back the tears any longer, Bryce. It's not as bad as you think. I'm guessing you value his privacy more than mine. Last chance, Naomi. What's his name? The unhappy look and the tears didn't faze me. I got up to leave. Jim Stevens in a very quiet voice. I'll be back tomorrow. Sign the treaties of your choice. I'm done with you. You lying, cheating traitor, Bryce. No, don't say that. I didn't let. We need to talk. Stay, please. It got that far. I went to my bedroom and packed my suitcase. Naomi sat quietly with her hands covering her face. Mickey hugged me and kissed me. He said, "Proud of you, Daddy. If we're not good enough for her, she can live on her own." How could I have missed all these signs? I'll tell you how. In the college prep class I'm taking, we studied confirmational bias. Basically, it means that you interpret and filter out any information that goes against your pre-existing beliefs. Existing beliefs: you believed your mom would never cheat on you, so you ignored or misinterpreted signs because they didn't fit your bias. You are far from the first, and you won't be the last. Politicians use this to their advantage. They will talk nonsense until they hit a nerve with the voter. That voter will ignore anything they disagree with, as long as the politician promises something important to them. That's terrific, Mickey. I'll be back. Tomorrow around this time, kiddo. Thanks again. Love you too, Daddy. Maybe I should have turned my phone off. Maybe I should have left it on the messages. Bryce, is this post-nuptial agreement retroactive? It's not a problem for me. Naomi, apparently it's a problem for you. I counted to 3, hung up, and turned my phone off. It wasn't proof yet, but it was certainly hard to sleep after that, thinking back to her picnics and holiday parties there. I couldn't remember Jim Stevens. I was out of town for the last meeting, and there were too many results in an internet search to be helpful. Maybe it wasn't even his name. Maybe she was blowing smoke just to get me to shut up. Fortunately, my workday was busy. I didn't even have time to eat lunch when I decided to turn on my phone. I got messages from all 3 kids, and a good half dozen from Naomi. Mickey had brought Daniel. I also gave Denise the lowdown on Naomi. The kids' calls were a nice pick-me-up. I didn't dwell on what I wanted. What I wanted wasn't an option anymore. I wasn't enough for Naomi. How are you mentally recovering from this? Does it matter that it's just an emotional deception? Will she choose divorce? Would she take the risk that I couldn't find out why the retroactivity of the wedding agreement was a problem? I was really reluctant to listen to Naomi's messages. The first one came through just after I'd hung up the phone last night. Bryce, it's not a problem for me. I was just reading the contract when you called. Please believe me when I say it's not a problem. I didn't have sex with him. I love you. Call me. Please come home. I was stupid, but you stopped me from doing something really stupid. I love you. Good morning, Bryce. I hope you slept better than I did. I wrote you a letter. It'll tell you everything. I signed a separation agreement and I don't want a divorce, Bryce. I love you. About an hour later, did you really have to involve the kids? We could have handled this calmly. We can work this out, Bryce. I love you. I was shocked when I found out at noon. I've resigned and filed a complaint against Jim Stevens, but I doubt it will work. I'll see you soon. I love you. When I got back from work, Naomi's car was the only one there. I could smell lasagna, my favorite, and the dining table. The kitchen had been cleared and now had 2 plates and a candle burning. I put my things away in the home office and headed to the kitchen to get something to drink. The only time I had ever seen Naomi in full makeup was on our wedding day. I had some free time, so I went to the beauty parlor and asked them to fix me up. Do you like it? They did a great job on you. You look fantastic, and I love it. What can I get you to drink? The signed papers are on the table. Could you wait to read the letter before you ate? Of course you can wait. Dinner was quiet, delicious, but quiet. Then I helped clean up. I moved my things into Denise's room. Old room, you can have our bedroom. I won't deny you sex anytime you want it. Let me know when you want to talk. Naomi disappeared, and then appeared in Denise's room. I went to my office and the papers were signed and dated. We were legally separated. I can't honestly say this is what I wanted. My emotions were all over the place. Time passed quickly, and I was happy that things were moving along nicely. After a puncture or two, I took a quick swig of whiskey. I unfolded Naomi's letter. Bryce, I'm not going down the well-trodden path of cliché. I was being selfish and preparing to do something I would regret. It all started when Jim Stevens was hired for the vacant office manager position. He's a very persuasive man, and I was drawn into the web by his constant flirting, as you know. Not many people flirt with me. I was soaking up his attention. He suggested that I use lip gloss. I'm ashamed to admit that he was the one who chose the color. Soon after, he suggested I wear perfume. The first perfume he bought for me, we went out. I went for lunch with him and we played footsie. I was really into it. He suggested I wear more revealing outfits, and I bought some for him to enjoy. Now comes the hard part. 2 weeks ago, as we were coming back from lunch, he took my hand and put it in his lap. When we parked, he pulled my head to his and kissed me. I told him that week that I wouldn't have lunch with him again. I went to lunch with him twice last week, and again on Monday. We kissed again, but it didn't go any further. He demanded more from me, but I wouldn't give in. As you probably already know, it was his idea for me to get lipo. I hope you believe me when I tell you that's all that happened. I love you, but my actions don't reflect that. I'm sorry for lying to you. I panicked when you accused me. I thought I'd done something wrong. I thought I'd lost you. My lying may have affected my future with you. I'm to blame for violating the postnuptial agreement. As per the document, I'm entitled to all property. I'll gladly give up everything if I can keep you. If you decide to divorce me, I won't resist. I was foolish, and sometimes foolishness has serious consequences. I realize that now, albeit belatedly. You are all my love, Naomi. I sat in the chair for another hour, the only way for me to fall. I was asleep with a drink in the morning, and the sun seemed too bright. I picked up my phone and saw messages from all 3 kids. I replied to them all at once, saying that my mother had cheated. I don't know yet if what she wrote in the letter was true. We are officially separated, but we live under the same roof. I need time to determine where I will go next. Thanks for your support. I don't know what I'd do without your support. I love you, Daddy. When I'd finished getting dressed, Naomi was already waiting for me in the kitchen. What's your schedule like today? I did mention that Naomi was smart, didn't I? She knew better than to say anything. I ate in silence, then grabbed my briefcase and headed for the door. Let me know if you need anything, Bryce. Yeah, one thing comes to mind. Get an STD test. It turns out she's not that smart, Bryce. I did not have sex with him. You lied every step of the way. What makes you think I should believe you? I wouldn't touch you without checking. Her defeated look and quieter tears were replaced by the words, goodbye. I was tested today. It was a waste of money. But if that's what you want, I'll have the results in a few days. I'm sorry I snapped at you. Whatever you say, I'm going to dinner. Is Mickey here? No. She's avoiding me too. A few days later, Naomi handed me a clean STD report. I had a very good interview today. It won't be exactly the same, but I'll be working again. Did you have an expense plan? I gave you money, and you pay for everything. I haven't thought it through yet. I'll go through my checkbook and make an estimate. Am I still on your health insurance or do I need to get my own? I haven't changed anything. Not exactly. I changed the life insurance beneficiaries on the kids, which caused a bit of a mess in my eyes were filled with tears, and I shed a couple of drops. Life was moving slowly. I still didn't know what I wanted. Naomi was happy with her new job. The kids were too busy doing their own thing to worry about our problems. Days turned into weeks. I made a lot of sarcastic remarks at the first opportunity. I said to Bryce, "What else can I do if you want a divorce? Stop." I was stalling, but it was already a done deal. Not even 3 months into our separation. My office holiday party was coming up, and I decided to get a little revenge on Naomi. I arrived home at the usual time and found the house filled with the smell of cookies. I needed to change and get to the party. The hotel downtown where the party was taking place. Hey, how was work today? Same as always. I'm not staying for dinner. We're having a company party tonight. Oh my God, what's the dress code today? Just give me a few minutes and I'll be ready. I'm sorry, Naomi, but I'm not taking you. I have a date. I need to change. I didn't have a date. I was picking up Mickey so she could dance. I don't usually wear cologne, but today I did. It's a hotel downtown. If I drink too much or something, I'll just get a room. Good night, Naomi. I could tell by the look on Naomi's face how hurt she was. So be it. Unhappiness loves company. Her turn to deal with emotions. She thought she would never have to deal. With only a few people asking about Naomi, the rumor spread and everyone knew something was wrong. I enjoyed the blatant flirting from several unmarried ladies. It would be very easy to spend the night with a desirable partner. I thought about heading home tonight. How much pain had already been delivered? Would it be enough around 1? It's 12 a.m. And Mickey was getting ready to leave Robin Lowry, who is divorced and 30 years old. The old lady was drunk. She's in my unit, but she doesn't report directly to me. Bryce, I rented a room and I could use some help finding my room. I picked Robin up before she fell. Mark Franklin, who worked for me, grabbed her from the other side. Robin held out the key to Mickey. Mark and I walked Robin to the elevators. We were just about to go into her room when she suddenly announced, "Oh my God, I feel so bad." We quickly led her into the bathroom, while Mickey stayed with her until the gagging sound subsided. Mickey reappeared, and I could tell she was trying to be strong. Eventually, Robin emerged from the bathroom, and I could see she was naked. She looked at me and asked, "Where's my bed?" I was a bit mesmerized, to be honest. Mickey escorted Robin into the bedroom and tucked her in for the night. You guys are just awful standing there looking at her. I have no idea what you're talking about, Mickey. What about you, Mark? Didn't see anything. Men, let's get back to the party. I went around to everyone saying goodbye. She grabbed her purse and sweater. I asked her to spray some perfume on my shirt. She danced with all the men who asked her to. She was so drunk she passed out. She's 18 and already a woman. I was proud of how skillful her acting was. She brushed off inappropriate advances more than once. She saved the slow dancing for the oldest man she could find. I kissed her. I said goodbye on the forehead and sent her home. By the time I pulled into the driveway, the lights were out. I noticed movement in the window curtains. Naomi didn't say hello to me. I left my clothes in the bathroom and slept like a dead man. My clothes were gone when I staggered into the bathroom in the morning after brushing my teeth. I went to the kitchen. "You're back from the party. How was it?" "Pretty typical. Did your date have a good time?" "She sure did. I don't think she missed a single slow dance." "Did you kiss her?" "Yeah, but nothing more than that." "You're okay with that, aren't you?" "God, Bryce, it's killing me." "I'm sorry. Last night was the longest. It was the best night of my life. If you're going to divorce me, just do it already. I wish it was that easy. Naomi, I can't forget the 100 years we spent together. You cheated, maybe you had sex, maybe you didn't. Either way, you broke our marriage vows. You did the same last night, so I can't stand the double standard, Bryce. I want us to end this. I'm afraid you'll find someone you like better than me. It scares me a lot. Welcome to my world. Now you have some idea of what goes on in my head. I'm going for a walk. I'm coming with you." That was a first. I'm walking a 2-mile loop takes me about 45 minutes, depending on my speed. This is a first for Naomi. We walked in silence, which was nice. "Naomi, I'm going to take a shower. Can I join you?" Honestly, I think Naomi was checking for signs of grooming. I can't remember when else she's kissed every inch of my body. It's part of her penance. We wiped each other and made ourselves comfortable on my bed. Then we had sex afterwards. Naomi got her clothes, and I have no idea how she found out, but I should have suspected she would. It only took a few days. You're very proud of yourself, aren't you? You took Mickey to your party, and you said you did all the slow dances with her. No, I said she did all the slow dances. You heard what you wanted to hear. Who perfume was on your shirt? I asked Mickey. And so you didn't sleep with any other women that night? Why would I confess to some of these young women? I have to say, her breasts are firm and her arms are soft and young, and they feel really good. I said too much, but nothing happened. The color came off Naomi's face. Her eyes were moist. It's ignorance like this that hurts, isn't it, Naomi? Tell me when you can get that thought out of your head. Next week or 10 years from now? Wow, twice in 1 week. Get used to it if you want to stay here. Denise is engaged to Richard. She managed to make him jealous enough at the holiday party. So much for the savings account. Naomi had gotten nothing from her previous. Her new job was a bit different, but she was promoted to shift supervisor after 6 months. She doesn't wear makeup or perfume, and only wears nicer outfits when we go out together. She made me go with her to her annual checkup. Naomi wanted me to know that her doctor advised her to lose weight. It was a smart move on her part, as I would have gotten suspicious if she just started dieting and exercising. She's spending a lot of money. She's buying clothes again, but this time it's because she's losing weight. All 3 kids have stopped avoiding Naomi. We're a family again. Naomi found out about Robin again from Mickey. Do you ever think about Robin only when we're making love? It's okay as long as it's the only time you think about her. I know it's greedy of me, but her little fling led to the most fulfilling love life I've ever enjoyed. We made the right choice in forgiving Naomi. The end. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you.